Hey friends, welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla. Thanks for stopping by for a visit today. Grab you a drink and a project to work on and let's chat today. So it is WIP Wednesday, and so my crochet project for today came at the perfect time for me. My oldest son Dakota is redoing his bedroom, and he has a blue headboard that's covered in like some type of material. It's almost like velour or something. I'm not sure what to call that, but it's a material. And it's a huge, big blue headboard. And his bedroom is humongous. Like pretty much his bedroom is the whole size of the upstairs of the house. There is a tiny little bedroom that he just uses for storage and all his craft stuff and all that kind of stuff. And then there's a little small bathroom. The rest of the upstairs consists of the stairs and then his bedroom. So he has this humongous bedroom with all these windows, and I guess he has like a queen size bed, but it looked small in that room. But anyway, he decided he was going to redo his bedroom, and he got mustard colored curtains and mustard colored bedspread. Okay, and his headboard is blue. And then he got rugs that are different shades of blue and I guess a tan or an off white. And then he has a table and chairs set up in front of one window, a table with two chairs. And he sent me a picture, and I was on the phone with him, and I said, "Oh, you got your little hotel suite going on there." um, and then he has, well, he's looking for nightstands. And nightstands are so expensive, but he's looking for two used nightstands, and he just hadn't ran across any yet. So he has one of the little plastic drawer things on one side of his bed and a little end table on the other side of his bed. And then he has a shoe rack and then his chest of drawers. Chest of drawers. um, and so other than, and the room still looks empty, like it looks really empty. But anyway, so he was redoing his bedroom, bought those curtains, a rug, and a bedspread, and he was showing it to me by picture. And then he sent me the picture. We were on the phone. I think I said that. And then anyway, so he asked me, could I make him a throw blanket with all different shades of blue? And he said you could throw some mustard color in there too if you want to. So I said, yes, I can do that. And so we talked about different styles of blankets, what he might like compared to some of the blankets he already has, either crocheted by me, or he has one blanket that was crocheted by my sister's mother-in-law. And he's had that blanket since he was a kid, and he still uses it. And it's green, so he uses it down in his living room. But it's a chevron, all different shades of green, and he has that down in his living room. Um, so we decided on a granny stitch, granny rectangle blanket. So that's what I'm working on, and whenever we were talking about different things and I was showing him different patterns, we were both looking online at the same pages and same things, and we were just looking at different blankets, and I was saying, yeah, I could do that, I could do this one, or do if you like this, I would do that. We come across a granny blanket, and he said, how about that with just different shades of blue? And I said, I can do that for sure. So this is a easy, mindless project, and it came at the perfect time. Y'all know I have been feeling really bad. Like before I had surgery, I was just dealing with some health issues. My tube had went to the ER once, the hospital another time to get it changed. I had to go back to the hospital for pre-op before my surgery, and then I was just feeling really bad. I was having some difficult times with my health, and then I ended up sick, and I just felt really, really bad. Like I just felt so sick, right? And then I had surgery, and then following my surgery, I've just felt blah, blah, blah. I mean, seriously, like there were days where I just didn't think I could feel any worse, and it's been rough, you know. And so I'm thinking, okay, well, you feel bad from surgery, right? And so, and the others, you know, before that, I was thinking, well, all my health stuff's just making me feel really bad. Well, then Big Daddy got sick, and so he didn't have all the symptoms that I've had because I've had um, super, super tired and just feeling really bad. I don't know why I'm counting on my fingers because I don't have enough fingers to count all these symptoms that I've had. Um, but, you know, I've had super, super tired, drained, just no energy whatsoever. Not that I had that much energy to begin with, but, and I am going to crochet on this while I'm chatting. And I hope you're crocheting on a project. um, and then, let's see, I've had headaches, really bad sore throat where it just hurt to even swallow my saliva, um, and just um, a bit of a stuffy nose. I had diarrhea, vomiting, just nausea. And I'm just talking about this past week, the symptoms that I had before surgery. A headache every day. Did I say that? I'm not sure if I said that or not. But anyway, but I haven't had any breathing issues. Thank the Lord. I mean, thank you, Jesus. I have not had any breathing issues. Well, then Big Daddy got sick, and he has had breathing issues, a sore throat, and just really stuffy, stuffy head, and then just feels really bad, you know, like he's dying. He's dying. Um, any minute now. You know, I don't really want to joke about that because COVID is very serious. As some of you know, that we lost my dad this past April to COVID. And he, you know, had pneumonia. It turned to pneumonia, and he was put on the ventilator and just never recovered. So, you know, it's not anything to joke about. So I'm not really joking, but um, Big Daddy kind of acts like, you know, that I had been sick with it too. So anyway, he did decide that we needed to test because of his work issues, you know, and so we have COVID. Both of us have COVID. So I guess I went through surgery with COVID. But I would say that I actually come in contact with the COVID on the 28th of January. I think that was a Saturday night that I went to the hospital. I went to the ER, and there was this girl that was so sick, and she threw it right in front of me, and I had to walk past it. And I wondered when I saw her, I was like, oh, I wonder if she's got COVID. And she probably did. I don't know for sure. But anyway, so now we have COVID, and somehow or another I slipped through and went to surgery with COVID. And I did Google that. Can you have surgery with COVID? And it was some very not pleasant news. Not pleasant news about that. Like what would happen if you had surgery while you have COVID. But I'm doing fine with that. I mean, I'm not concerned. Um, I still have a sore throat, and at times it does hurt to swallow, but also like the back of my throat hurts, like back here when I swallow and all, but also when I had some surgery and they put the tube down my throat, they scraped the roof of my mouth, so that hurts too. But so just a combination of the roof of my mouth being scraped, plus um, the sore throat. It kind of hurts to swallow. So anyway, I did contact my little friend Zeke that comes down a lot. He and his sister had came down. He and his sister, that's the same age as him, came down one day and hung out with me last week, and then another day him and his younger sister came down to pick up some bananas that we had that were going to go bad. And so I know she would make banana bread with them, his mom. And then she came down and visited with me one day too, I think this past Sunday. And so I did immediately text her and let her know that, we had COVID. I hope none of them have gotten sick, and they haven't. So I hope they don't. They're relatively really healthy people. I would say they have really good immune systems. So maybe they won't get it. And I feel like I probably have a mild case. I mean, yeah, the throat and the tiredness and just feeling yucky was bad. I mean, yeah, I felt really bad. There were a couple of days there that I only got out of the bed to go potty. I didn't really announce that to anybody, but yeah, there was a couple of days there that I just could not get out of bed. I could not function at all. I'd get up and go potty and go right back to bed. So, anyway, saying all that to say, I had so many health issues going on. I had so much health issues and health stuff going on. I didn't know. I just figured I was reeling from all that. And then, um, I forgot what I was saying. But anyway, I did let Zeke's mom know. Um, and, they're all okay. She did offer, to go pick up, um, anything I needed in town and bring and leave on my doorstep, which was very, very sweet of her. But I hate to ask her to do anything like that because she has 7 children and she homeschools them. She's busy. She has a busy, busy life. She wouldn't mind doing anything for me. She really wouldn't. But I know that she has a lot going on, and I don't want to take her away from her children um, to do something that we could do anyway or whatever. So we did order groceries from Walmart and just did a curbside pickup. So we got our groceries. We like to die getting them in the house, but we got them in. Um, Now, Big Daddy is having some breathing issues with his COVID, which he already has breathing issues, and so I'm very, very concerned about that. And I don't mean to make light of anything because it is serious. COVID is serious. I lost my sister-in-law to COVID. Same thing with her. She ended up with pneumonia and was put on a ventilator, and she never recovered. And then my dad, last February, our whole family had it. Elijah was the first, and then Dakota got it, but not from Elijah because they didn't see each other. And then Big Daddy ended up with it. I ended up with it. Both my parents ended up with it and were in the hospital. And then my dad, um, they were sent to a nursing home. And my dad went back and forth to the nursing home a couple of times. And then he was back in the hospital in ICU. And they ended up putting him on the ventilator, and he did not make it. So from February until April, because he passed away on April the 4th. he was battling it, and it was just in his lungs. So I'm thankful that I don't have the lung issues with all my other health things going on. But I'm concerned about Big Daddy's. I asked him last night because he was just breathing so hard, like he was. I can't do it, but he was just breathing so hard, like he was trying to get enough air in. And so I said, "Do you need to go to the ER? Let's go." And he said, "No, if I go to the hospital, who's going to take care of you?" And I was like, "I'll figure it out. I'll make it." But, I want him to get seen, but he won't go. If it gets worse, I'm definitely going to force him somehow to go. But anyway, so that's what we're dealing with. And I needed this mindless project right here. I needed a project for when I don't feel good because I haven't felt well. And I haven't worked on my other projects really because I just did not want to count rows to figure out what row I'm even on. I didn't want to count stitches, and I didn't want to follow a pattern. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to count while I was working, and I don't want to follow a pattern. So that's why I didn't pick up that iguana or a strawberry that I'm working on, or even anything else that I have going on. Now I do have that other Rana wrap thing that is a mindless project, except I just have to decide what stitch. But I didn't want to, I can't start that next row or whatever without doing a video on it, and so I just hadn't been up to that, honestly. But and I don't know, I'm having some second thoughts on that project anyway, and I did talk to my son Dakota about it, and a couple of you even suggested the same thing, so we'll talk about that. Oh, but anyway, so I am working on this for Dakota, and I am just doing different shades of blue. And so I did the first row and the second and the third, maybe even the fourth row. I did all that in the same color because I do, even when I'm doing a scrappy project, I like the center to be all the way around of that color before it gets scrappy. But then I don't keep going like that because I know as the blanket grows, I won't have enough of one certain color or any of the colors or whatever to go all the way around with one color. It's going to get scrappy. So I don't want to go too far like this without it getting scrappy, because then it would look weird if you went, 30 rows with all one color, a different color, and a different color, and then all of a sudden you got scrappy. I think that would look odd. So I just go a few rows with it all the same color, and then I get scrappy. So I'm using scrap balls. I opened my cabinet and pulled out my blue floppies. That's skeins that have been used but are not small enough to be a scrap ball yet. And so I did a few rows in the scrappy, and then I had this right here. It is a Karen cake. It's just Karen cake. It's a 4-weight yarn with these blues. It's called Blueberry Cheesecake. Oh, I didn't know that. Blueberry Cheesecake. And so I just decided to put this cake in here, and then I'll continue going on with my other scrappies. And this even looks scrappy because it's not doing complete rows. And if it did do a complete row, it still stopped somewhere, and I just went on. So in the middle of a like right here. It's this navy, and then it goes to this blue, so it still looks scrappy, even though it's from this cape, because I'm not color controlling. I'm just letting it fall wherever. I was trying to see. So right here, this is my hair that I'm giving Dakota. Right here, you can see that it just changed from this blue to this blue. So it still looks scrappy, even though this is making a couple of rounds for it. Some of the colors will. But anyway, yeah, so I was just working up on this project for him, and he don't need it finished by any certain time. But this will be a project that I definitely work on when I'm just watching a movie and not wanting to think about what I'm working on. So as I feel like it, I'll just work on this blanket. I do want to say thank you all for y'all sweet, sweet words yesterday and just encouragement. Yesterday, my face was super red and flared up, and just, I have scleroderma, I have lupus, it happens. And it is embarrassing. It is. And y'all were just so, so sweet about it. And I just appreciate that so much. It touched my heart so much. But after I had done that video, my face was hurting so bad. Like I was in so much pain. My face was bleeding in some places. And I just knew I had to do something about it. So I ended up taking a large dose of prednisone. So therefore, I did not sleep last night, and I was hot all night long. But my face has calmed down some. Today, I took a smaller dose to taper back down, and so I took a large dose, and then I'm going 10 milligrams down. That's what my doctor and I have agreed on that I do at times, and so anyway, you can see that it is not nearly as red as it was. I mean, really and truly, it has calmed down a lot overnight. I could feel it during the night when I couldn't sleep. I could feel my face getting better. Now, after I take this prednisone, I'll taper down 10 until I get a little, red at finishing, and then I'll taper down by fives. By then, it'll probably be flaring up again. But I'm hoping the other medicine that I take will have kicked in and it'll give me some relief. The methotrexate and stuff, because we did skip a week of it because of surgery. So I'm hoping that will kick in and maybe it won't flare up as bad. But it was flared up really, really bad. I was crying with the pain in my face and everything, but it has calmed down so much. I still have a lot going on, but it's almost 100% better than it was yesterday, and it still looks bad. But anyway, so since I did take that large dose of prednisone, I think I have felt better today, because prednisone does that to you. So even though I had the COVID, it did make me not as tired today, even though I didn't sleep last night because of the prednisone. Hopefully it'll let me sleep tonight. I don't know. But anyway, my hat. I don't know if I can read my hat. I think it says "Surviving Lupus Every Day." My oldest son Dakota had made me this hat a little while back, a couple years ago maybe. And so sometimes I just wear this hat when I'm having a super bad hair day. Plus, not that we went anywhere. We only went to Walmart to pick up an order. Not that we went anywhere and went in or anything, but I just wore my hat because my hair looked super, super bad. And it's raining outside. The wind is blowing really, really bad. I think we're under tornado watch and storms coming through. But so yeah, that's what's going on with us. So Big Daddy's, home, I guess, for the rest of the week. I am going to keep an eye on him, and if he, his breathing doesn't, if it seems to be getting worse, me and him's going to fight, and he's going to go to the ER. He is stubborn, 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 but I know he don't want to leave me here by myself, which I'll be okay. I would be. He said, if I go in the hospital, who's going to take care of you? Who's going to cover you up at night? Who's going to fix you tea? Who's going to fix you something, and all this? I'm like, I'll figure it out. I'm very, very blessed to have that man. I am. So, yeah. So, what are you guys working on this Wednesday? What is your WIP of the day? Um, I have several WIPs that I could work on, but like I said, I just hadn't picked any of them up because I wasn't in the mood to count. I forced myself over the weekend to work on that Sophia's Universe blanket, and I was forcing myself. I'm not going to lie, because I was just not in the mood to count stitches and keep up with a pattern. And I had 2 more rows to do to finish that part, and I was just like, I just can't do it. I will work on it though as I start feeling a little better. But thankfully, that prednisone did give me a kick in the rear, and I know I just haven't felt as bad today as I did yesterday, and I know it's because of that prednisone. I have a love-hate relationship with prednisone, that's for sure. But anyway, guys, and you see I'm holding this without my strap on. I figured out I can't chain without the strap on, but I can do double crochets holding my hook. If it's a big enough handle, like, and I have some hooks that have a handle like this, that just hurts too much. I'd have to have this size handle and a strap on my hand. That just hurts way too bad. But a bigger handle like this is a big old fat handle, it doesn't hurt so much. I mean, I can hold that. And I do lay it down every now and then and just stretch my hands. But I still can't chain, though, without the strap on, because the yarn just spinning everywhere. I need that strap on so I can use my thumb. But I can. Normally I would use my thumb, but see how I'm pinching with these fingers to pull through? Normally I would just have my thumb up here holding those. But I figured out I can do this without a strap, with a big enough hook and the right stitch. So anyway, yeah. And I will leave a link in the description box for the granny, to start a granny stitch blanket, like the count and just how you get going with that. So I'll leave a link in the description box for a granny stitch rectangle blanket. Yeah. Alright guys, I'm back to the corner, and so I'm just going to slip stitch in there. And because I'm not cutting my yarn, I'm going to slip stitch over. And I know there's a different way to do that, but I just like to slip stitch over. And there I go. So I'm ready to start another round. Alright guys, well, I'm going to get going, and I hope you're all having a great day. I hope you're all safe. from COVID and from bad weather. If you're in the storm route, I don't know which way it's really headed. I think kind of upward across Louisiana and upward to the east, northeast, maybe. I'm not really sure on that. But I hope you're all safe, and I hope you're having a great day. It's a beautiful day to crochet, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, friends.